Hey everyone, this is Josh from before, and I'm here with McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. And real quick, before I get started with the review, I was checking all my pre-orders that are out there, and I realized we're about to hit a bit of a dry spell until all the big summertime releases come out. There aren't going to be a ton of new reviews for the next month or so. But I'm not going anywhere. I want to keep the channel alive during that dry spell. So you may already know about the weekly toy live streams and the twice weekly Arkham game streams. But if you are a new subscriber, now might be a great time to catch up on some of the stuff you may have missed before you started subscribing, including the City Dio tour. I've got videos about some 6 and 7 inch custom action figures that I've made that you may enjoy watching. And if you'll check my channel homepage, you'll see that I have tried to arrange all of these videos into playlists that kind of make sense thematically, and where you can kind of pick and choose what kind of content you would like to see. If you want to catch up on the live streams, I got you covered there. If you want to just see old reviews organized by wave, I've got you covered there. So please, in this downtime that we have with not a ton of new reviews coming out, please check out the channel and see if there's anything that tickles your fancy that you may have missed before you started subscribing. Thanks, everyone. Now, on to the review. So we've seen this guy kind of sitting on Todd's shelf for quite some time now. It feels like this figure had kind of a longer gestation period than some of the others. So whether or not that's going to be a situation similar to like the Birds of Prey Harley, which was delayed, and then by the time it came out, it was a little dated. Like they had made so many improvements to the figures. By the time we got this Harley, she felt a little quaint in comparison. We'll see if this guy's got the great, like hips and torso movement that the recent figures have had, or if he is maybe a little bit behind, but he's very interesting looking. I can't wait to get him out of here. Let's just go ahead and unbox him. Spin him around here. Great looking silhouette, great looking cape, 2 unique accessories, and the bright colors are nice to see, because if you've been hanging out during the live streams, you'll know I was putting together this Hall of Armor shelf up here with a bunch of different Batman variants. And I was saying, man, it's just so black and gray heavy. I need some pops of color. Well, this guy's going to go great next to all those dark grays and help me revitalize the Hall of Armor shelf. So he's going to look great there. I think they did him a little dirty on the paint, but the sculpt is really good. I can't wait to bring him in for a closer look. Let's do that now. Now we'll bring him in for a closer look, and let's start with the head. This is one of the best looking bat heads I think I've seen. You could definitely reuse this, paint it black, reuse it on a different figure, but keep in mind the edges of his face here have this kind of scarred, necrotic look that might keep it from being that clean Batman head that you're trying to get. But tons of great movement right here. Tons. Looks awesome. A lot of attitude. I much prefer the head articulation coming in at the base of the neck, or at the base of the head, instead of this like plug kind of thing that comes in at the base of the neck and doesn't allow for the personality to come in when you cock the head. I mean, ideally we'd have both, right? Like a plug neck that can move and then a head that can move independent of that neck. That would be ideal. Some decent movement at the butterflies, not a ton of that extra range that you normally get out of the butterflies. Biceps there are nice. One thing, when you straighten these biceps out, this kind of doesn't line up quite right. It pokes out. Ditto on the other side. Not quite as severe over there, but you can still see it. But then the double elbows do have a nice range. Once you bend them, and then coming in close, lots of great details on the gauntlets. Some personality, some weathering in there, some battle damage. Really love to see it. I wish I had a little bit more paint on it. Ditto for all these like stitches in his costume. They look awesome. The sculpt is really great. It just could use a little bit of extra paint to bring out those details and knock back a little bit of the garishness that you get from these Magneto colors, the red and purple. So yeah, it looks like we're not gonna get some of the torso movement that more recent figures have. Again, this figure is older than it looks. We've been seeing this guy on Todd's shelf in the background of his videos that he posts for quite some time. So as far as this being a newer figure, you know, despite the fact that it just came out, this guy isn't quite as new as some of the other figures that we're seeing get released lately. Just outstanding looking details on these boots. Those laces are so great. I just wish they had a little bit of paint. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm seeing right here, it looks like my belt was put on sideways and it's glued now. I can't straighten that out. So it's not lined up perfectly. The belt, I think, is maybe the ugliest thing on the whole figure. Just not having any paint on it, not bringing out any of these cool details that are sculpted on here. It just hurts. It just ends up hurting the figure, I think. What doesn't hurt is this great emblem that is sculpted on, and it has texture on both the bat and the shape behind it. Looks awesome. Man, I see every once in a while somebody will post Mattel figures, DC Direct figures, DC Collectibles figures, and be like, man, don't these look so much better? They don't. They didn't look better. These look better, guys. These look better because the emblem is sculpted on, and it's a different body. It's not just the same body over and over again with just a sticker on the front. Now, we come down here to the pelvis, and this is not nearly as stretchy as some of those recent ones. He's got a little bit of rotation there, you know, so he can kick out fairly well and rotate his legs from there. A double knee that this tooling here looks a lot better than some of the recent like sharp pointy knees that go up into these muscles right here. So that's good to see, but yeah, he's not, you can hunch over a little bit, but yeah, he's not one of these guys that has full sitting or ab crunch. Great looking cape. It's very thin and pliable. Slightly asymmetrical. Looks really good. And like I said, two unique weapons that are pretty good here. This is a fun baseball bat for Batman. And it's got the tape on this wrap down here at the handle, and these I assume nails poking out. They're not like sharp like nails, but I assume that's what they're going for. And then this little shiv here, which is pretty cool, missing that extra paint app right on the wrap. But it does look like they're trying to get a little bit closer to these soft, gummy accessories, feeling like they hold a little bit more of an edge, you know? That, I know that doesn't look great, but frankly, it looks a lot better than like the last 3 or 4 knives that they've given us. Throw him on the drifter bike here. He looks awesome on that. Everybody looks cool on the drifter bike. Super cool, actually. Fits on there pretty well, especially with that baseball bat. That's just a great accessory. Start throwing some other characters in here for comparison. Here's a few other Batmen. Throw some other bizarre variants in here. The Todd design Wonder Woman, Solar Suit Superman, and Titan Joker all hunched over here. Stretch that Joker out. Throw Clayface in there. You can see him next to some Mega Figs. Looking very cool. Now here he is next to my custom 7-inch Tech Shield Batman, Sky Escape Joker, and Bob the Goon. And if you'd like to see more of these figures and how I made them, check out that video. Now, longtime subscribers may already know that in every review and video, I induct a new frequent commenter into the From Before Figs Hall of Fame. And today's entry, let's welcome Ian Felipe Ortega Cabrera. Ian is always dropping great comments and participating frequently during the live streams, and it's always good to see him. I appreciate all his creative ideas and the feedback on the channel, and appreciate the positive vibes. So Ian, thank you very much for being a friend of the channel. So that's Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. He's missing some of the bells and whistles that the newer figures have been getting as far as the improved articulation. And they did him a little dirty on the paint, if you ask me. I wish those stitches and shoelaces, you know, were brought out. It is what it is. It's the world we live in right now. This guy's pretty cool. I wasn't dying for him. I didn't need him. I literally, the only other time I'd ever heard of this guy was that skin in Arkham Knight. I had no idea who this was. But it's also just a great pop of color for those of you that have been getting a little tired of the grays and the blacks. Do you need them? That's for you to decide. But I think if you do pick them up, the guy's got some fun factor in here. I think he's going to be pretty enjoyable to play with. So anyway, like I said, while we're waiting for the big summertime releases to drop, catch up on what you've missed on this channel. Subscribe, turn on the notifications so you'll be aware of the live streams when they start and you can join in on the fun there. And I will talk to you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.